The Space Between Answers, Episode 5, The Truth You Can't Handle. Everyone says they want truth. Politicians promise it, scientists pursue it, religious leaders claim to possess it. Tech billionaires tell us they're building it into our AI. But here's what I've discovered after 4 episodes of watching people respond to simple questions. Nobody actually wants truth, man. What you want is validation disguised as revelation. Johnny Cash sang about walking the line. But most people would rather argue about where the line is than actually walk it. Here's what I've observed. People can become experts on truth without ever letting truth examine them. They study about meaning without letting meaning transform them. They analyze love without ever risking being loved. Truth isn't information you collect. It's relationship you enter. Because here's what terrifies everyone. Real truth isn't neutral. It's not sitting there waiting to be discovered like some philosophical artifact. Truth has personality. Truth makes demands. Truth wants relationship, not just recognition. The deepest mystics and hardest scientists arrive at the same staggering conclusion. Consciousness emerging from unconscious matter defies every mathematical model we possess. Yet, here you are, aware that you are aware, questioning your own existence. A certain tribe Upanishads spoke about this 1,000 years ago. The eye cannot see itself. The knower cannot be known as an object. What they understood then, we're only beginning to grasp now. What evolutionary advantage does existential torment provide? Why would blind processes create beings tortured by questions about meaning, purpose, and eternity? That's not survival, that's something else entirely. This is why people prefer studying ancient texts to actually engaging with what those texts point towards. It's safer to analyze than to encounter. I've watched brilliant people spend decades become experts on love without risk being loved, including myself. You can't Google your way to meaning, man. But what if truth isn't a concept but a person? What if everything you've been seeking intellectually can only be found relationally? What if the truth you can't handle isn't information that threatens your beliefs, but intimacy that threatens your independence? Because here's what your evolutionary biology textbooks won't tell you. The mystery of consciousness isn't a gap in knowledge waiting to be filled. It's a doorway pointing to something we've forgotten how to see. This is why certainty is the enemy of truth. Once you think you've figured it out, you stop seeking. You start defending your version of reality instead of discovering what's actually real. So when you say you're seeking truth, what you're actually meaning and what you're actually really saying is you're willing to be known completely and by what is actually true. But truth doesn't negotiate, it doesn't offer payment plans or compromise positions. Truth will set you free. But first, it'll destroy everything you built your identity on. The question isn't whether truth exists. The question is whether you can handle discovery that the very thing you've been running from might be the only thing vast enough to hold all of who you really are. Because there's something even more staggering than being known completely. There's discovering that behind this whole cosmic dance, the mathematics, the mystery, life itself is a love so fierce, it won't let you stay hidden forever. That's what we'll explore next week. If you can handle it.